So let's get to the big thing of this finale, which is who killed Sazz. Now, I could be wrong, but was she trying to write out the letter J with her blood on the floor? But let's take it back and let's focus on episodes 5 and 6 of the season. If you all recall, Sazz told Charles that people wish that he died instead of for Ben. Follow that with episode 6 when we saw almost 3 sandbags almost kill Charles. Of course, we can say the sandbags were Jerry because he was doing that whole the theater is haunted thing, but also remember that Charles was stuck and almost died in the closet in episode 6 as well. Now, eventually he made his way out of the closet, and of course we can say that's all a coincidence, but we can also say maybe that was the killer playing with Charles. But I don't think so. I think it was all leading to this very moment where Sazz was shot instead of for Charles. But the question remains, who would want to kill him? Now, I'll be the first one to admit, I love this team. I think they're great, but I am a product of the Game of Thrones method, which is killing their main characters. I personally believe that if they would have killed Charles, that would have been a huge thing for the show leading into season 4. And we don't know if season 4 is the last one or if season 5 is the last one. Who knows at this point? But let's just say this. If they would have killed Charles leading to season 4, that would have been a great way of Mabel and Oliver trying to figure out who killed their best friend. That would have been so interesting to me, but obviously that didn't happen. But that doesn't mean that come the end of season 4, they kill one of the main characters, and that could be an entry into a season 5. But let me know if you guys think they should have killed Charles, or are you okay with the end result? Now, getting back to the whole question, who would want to kill the wonderful Charles? Well, I would like to remind you all, he has a lot of beef with people. We saw this just this season alone, that Charles had beef with Ben, dating back to when he was a kid and got Ben fired, to even the conversation with him and Matthew Broderick. So it's not hard to imagine that someone would want him dead. Now, obviously, going back to my whole maybe Sazz was writing out the letter J, let's talk about those J's, and I'm referring to Jan and Joy. Which I'll just say, I don't think it was neither one of them, but let's just kind of play with that card, and let's start off with Jan. Now, we know that her and Sazz were in a relationship. We don't know the details of that relationship, but we do know Jan was in jail, so I don't think she would be able to shoot him from her prison cell. So let's talk about Joy here. While Charles did suspect his fiance to be the killer at one point, which was proven to be wrong, I don't think that would make her want to kill her ex-fiance. But again, I want to point out something. How many times have we heard the name Scott Bakula? Well, I would like to remind you all, we've heard it quite a few times, not only this season, but this dates back all the way to season 1. Those that don't know, Scott Bakula is a well-known actor. He's still very active in the acting game, and I would love to see him quantum leap into the new season. You see what I did there, quantum. Anyway, I would love to see him be a part of the show, especially considering that I think that they will be in Los Angeles as a new location, and who's to say that Scott Bakula or any other big celebrities can make a cameo, and I think that would be kind of nice and interesting and kind of a new kind of flavor to the show if we go to a location, and also meeting Scott Bakula, who seems to be a big rivalry for our character Charles. But then there's the big obvious thing, maybe it was Sazz that was meant to be killed and not Charles. Again, her telling him she's got something sensitive to tell him. We know Charles normally is the one to bail people out with money, as we saw in this finale with him bailing out Loretta. So it wouldn't be hard to make up the scenario where maybe in the past Charles has helped out Sazz financially and got her out of trouble, and maybe he agreed to doing this again, and that's why Sazz was going upstairs to celebrate, like, thank you Charles for helping me whatever this situation is, but unfortunately it was too late and it ended up getting her killed. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts on the finale, the season, and my thoughts on the season 4, which to address that as far as when can we expect to see season 4. Now, this show is known to have a pretty quick turnaround, like there's less than a year between seasons 1, 2, and 3, but of course we know this time around there was a writer's strike, there's an actor strike. Now obviously as I'm recording this, the writer's strike has been resolved, but we're still waiting on the actors to get what they need and get what they deserve. So if I were to guess, if let's just say they have this resolved, I'm referring to the actors strike going on, let's say this is resolved within the next couple weeks, I don't think that they would be able to get things in production and have season 4 out by next year. But I could be wrong, because I would imagine, because they have this history of a quick turnaround, maybe they were already writing season 4 right before season 3 came out, and all they have to do is kind of do touch-ups, and then once the actors are ready to go, maybe they can get them ready and have this show out by 2024. But again, no pressure. I don't want them to rush this, but I would assume, to be on the safe side, we could maybe expect to see season 4 early 2025. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. But you all can see on the screen now, consider liking this video, leaving your thoughts in the comments, share this video to anyone and everyone you know that loves talking about this show just as much as we do. And if you're interested, consider subscribing to the channel, checking out my latest reviews. You all are amazing. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all on the next video.